You know, I know Pop's got pedigree and I'm a young rookie, but they're not going to rook us. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional. My guys dug in that game and earned the right to be in that game, and they did not even give us a chance.
Hello and welcome to the Triangle Podcast, episode 27. I am your host, the voice of the youth Christian. Everybody say who is next to me.
I'm Jesse.
I'm the GOAT.
So last podcast, you over here giving out government names.
Yeah.
Now we just giving nicknames.
Yeah.
What's your real name? What's your security number?
Big Cheese.
That was corny.
Jesus, what's going on, yeah.
All right, Jesus. Live and in the flesh. And so I think this was the podcast that accumulates our whole season's worth of discussions.
Hey, we called it from day one.
We honestly did.
We said who was going to the finals. We just had to...
Literally the first sentence of this podcast was, well, we all know who's going to the finals.
It really was, right?
Yeah.
We just didn't think it would be over that fast.
Yeah, honestly.
You guys didn't think?
I thought it was going to be way more interesting.
We could go back to episode, I think it was 24, where I gave my predictions, and I said Warriors Game 5.
A lot of people said Warriors Game 5.
You nailed it, though. I said Warriors in 6 or 7.
I said Warriors are definitely going to win.
Man, think he's like Professor X.
Bro, on that podcast, you said Cavs in 7. I'll be back when I talk that. With the confidence of... I don't know, like a supermodel or something.
But, a supermodel.
But you came with that confidence, and then as soon as they lost the first game, you're like, yeah, I'm switching it. Warriors in 4.
I said, no, I had to watch. When Tristan Thompson drops donuts in all 3 statistical categories. Oh, my bad. He had 2 rebounds in game 1. I was like, oh man. I knew it was game over from then. Yeah. When Steph Curry drops almost a near triple-double or average a near triple-double, and Tristan Thompson can't even get more than.
Well, to be fair, Curry was eating on those rebounds. He was working.
I don't care. You know what I mean? And Tristan Thompson, you can't just fall into a point. Like I mean, you can't get fouled once. Like 1 point.
That's what happens when you date the Kardashians.
That curse
is it a Kardashian curse?
I think so.
Dude, how do you...
Where'd Reggie Bush go after dating Kim?
He won a Super Bowl with the Saints. And then
that was really much...
I think he ended up with the Detroit Lions or something.
And then he went to the Dolphins, I think.
But he won a Super Bowl after dating Kim?
Yeah.
Alright, so is the Kardashian curse real?
Yeah, but look at Chris Humphries. Where's he?
Chris Humphries was really...
He was never
crazy.
A star.
No, he had like 1 good season.
Ooh! But Tristan Thompson was averaging a double-double throughout the playoffs. And you tell me when it came to the big show, you just like
it's the big show.
Right. Like he looked like James Harden that last game he played against the Spurs. Like for 5 games.
That's harsh. Do you think the moment got to him, or do you think the Warriors bigs that they don't have much of?
Dude, they had the death lineup most of the time.
That's what I was gonna ask you. You said Warriors need a rim protector in order to defeat LeBron. What happened here? They didn't have a rim protector.
I'm saying.
Well, the rim protector was KD.
He still dropped buckets. Like, you know what I mean?
But you said the only time they lose is when they have a rim protector, and they lost. And
they played well
if we're
defense.
looking on paper, they don't have a rim protector.
No, but I mean,
Zaza Pachulia got a goddamn ring.
Yeah,
he had how many fouls did he have?
But I mean, LeBron James had a phenomenal game. Like, obviously the numbers he had, but you look at he had worse numbers when he played when he played the Mavs and when he played the Spurs the first time. Like, his numbers weren't as high as what they are now.
They also lost in 5.
But once again, they couldn't grab a board at all. Like, no rebounds, no 50-50 balls, nothing. And Warriors were hot. I said when I was watching game, was it 3? And they were leading by 7. And I was like, man, there's 6 minutes on the board. This is cake for the Warriors.
Yeah, honestly.
As soon as you're leading by 2 points, I'm like, all right, Warriors won.
Like, you need to be leading by at least 20.
15 to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
When they won that game 4, in the Cavaliers I'm speaking of, that was probably the closest blowout I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like the Warriors were, like, 3 possessions away from it being, like, a close game again.
That's why I thought in Game 5 they had a nice, good run lead. But the Cavs, once those Warriors start getting hot and splashing from any given way and running transition and throwing 40-yard bombs just for an easy layup?
Well, I mean, we were literally in the group chat texting like the series was over when Warriors were up by 5 with 12 minutes to go. Like, it was really like that.
The reason why I felt that way is because LeBron, before he started like driving to the basket and scoring literally every possession he had the ball on the ISO, I was just like, it's not there. Like I don't see Cleveland forcing Game 6 and maybe a possible Game 7. That's why I said like this is why LeBron will never be one of the greatest. Will be the greatest of all time. And just I was just picking apart and.
All right, we'll get to that later. First, I want to bring up the question. Were the Cavs bad or were the Warriors too good?
The Warriors were too good.
All right, good. Because that's the only answer you should give.
The Cavs aren't bad. Like they got to they've been to the finals bad.
I'm saying were the Cavs playing bad or were the Warriors just too good? I think it's the Warriors too good every single day.
Yeah.
Even though once again, like Tristan Thompson, like I don't think that you can have a double and do that bad. Like he is a choke artist. That's a choke like performance because he's the only big you have.
Yeah, but Draymond Green didn't do too flattering either.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he didn't have to do much. Him and Clay didn't really have to be, the guy.
Clay had one good game.
Yeah, and when they lost, but
He had a good game 3.
Oh, okay.
3 and 4, he did pretty good.
Because coming into the game, they knew they didn't have to drop 30. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
You got Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
There was this one stat that I saw, and they took both of the team's starting fives, Warriors and Cavs, and Cavs actually outscored their starting five by, I think it was 3 points.
Yeah, but I mean, they averaged more points, though, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the Cavs starting lineup did have more points than the Warriors starting lineup.
And once again, because if you look at all the games, is there minute columns? I promise you they played a lot more minutes.
Well, hold on, let me try to find the stats.
To answer the question from my point of view, though, the Warriors were too good. Look what the Cavaliers had to do in Game 4 to win. Everyone had to play good. They had 24 3-pointers, and the Warriors didn't have a great game. Like they
didn't have a bad game.
No, they didn't have a bad game. They scored how many points? 116. That's still pretty solid against Cleveland. But Cleveland just played better. They had their offense finally clicked, and their defense played subpar. Still allowed 116 points, but that just proves my point where the Warriors were too good, and they're too good for this league because every other team in the league right now is like, damn, what are we gonna do to beat this Warriors team in like the next few years?
All right, the stat was the top 4 scorers of each team. LeBron, Kyrie, Love, and JR averaged 91 points per game on 49% field goal percentage.
That's solid.
KD, Curry, Clay, and Draymond had 89 points per game with 44% field goal percentage. So the top 4 scorers on each team did do their parts.
JR didn't score a point to the last game.
No,
right?
as soon as he tweeted out Cavs in 7, he came and he came all hanged up.
2 games.
Hey, it's 2 games is a lot when it's a 5-game series. That's 40% of the time.
He didn't score a bucket.
Darren Williams got a bucket in, like I think the 4th game.
Kyle Korver dunked.
Watching Darren Williams play, that stage is too big for him in this point in his career.
Yeah,
he looked so bad. He looked like a rookie.
He even had some good shots too.
That's what I'm saying. I think good the looks, moment got to him. Mm-hmm. Like he looked like he's never played in a big game before, or at one point was an MVP candidate.
Yeah,
like the way
debating who was better, D. Will or CP3.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, there's such great point guards, and I thought Darren Williams could be a playmaker, but maybe age just got to him. They locked him up when he got the ball, so it just looked bad from the beginning.
I picked him to be one of like the sleepers, like to be good for the Cavs, and he just didn't knock down any mid range. Didn't really have good ball vision like he used to, and yeah, I'll agree with Jesus. He didn't play great in these finals. The moment
he just looked like he didn't know how to hold the basketball.
Yeah, but that's the playmaker LeBron wanted.
Well, yeah, because look, he was doing deep. It's not that he wasn't bad. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying no.
It's just when he got out on the floor, he was like, "Oh man, I don't know what to do."
That's not LeBron's fault.
Yeah, I'm like,
he did want that playmaker. I'm just pointing that out.
When he had the Mavs, I was like, "Oh, this guy, dropped some solid 14, 5 assists. That's nice."
Yeah, I mean, out of all the options they had, I mean, they did get Darren Williams for nothing as well. Yeah, like you can't hate on it because they got him for nothing. They were better with him than without him. So I can't see nobody really complaining when you gave up alternatively nothing for the dude.
Yeah, honestly.
So, and you saw their options. Then it was Kirk Heinrich. Who I forgot the other options. DJ Augustine, I think, was one of the options.
Yeah. One of the guys who used to play for the Lakers as well. The Cavs tried him out, like Steve Blake or
no, it wasn't Steve
Jordan
Blake.
Farmer.
Jordan Farmer.
Yeah.
Like out of all the options, who you want? You want D. Will, the guy who's still in the league, putting up 15 points a game and 5 assists. So I can't. They have him. I think the roster is fine. I don't think it was a LeBron needs more. I think it was just that Warriors are too much.
Well, coming into next season, like I told you guys off mic, that every team, if you want to compete with them, you're gonna have to have 3 or more all-stars on your team. You have to. There's no way you can't. There's no way.
Spurs can compete with them
if they get CP3.
No.
They don't need CP3.
I don't know.
If the Spurs get
Coach
CP3,
Pop.
they will still not compete with these Warriors. I'm sorry.
Spurs could have competed with them this year.
They could have, but we'll never know because Kawhi got
You need a
injured.
team with as much firepower all around
and ball movement, just
as
like
Warriors. So you need a team before having these all-stars that you guys think of. You need a team that has a great defense, as the Spurs do. You need a team that from 1 through 12 could score, as the Spurs do, and then you need a leader on your team, as the Spurs do. And not to mention they have Aldridge. If they do get CP3, I think CP3 is a little out of his prime for that.
He's still great though.
Yeah, he's still good. You put CP3 on the team, and that will be your Western Conference Finals next year, and that would be a great team and a team to definitely watch out for. But the first question I want to ask, because this is there's 2 questions. How does it affect KD? How does this affect LeBron? Let's start with the LeBron argument. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? He's 3 and 5 in the. Well, I was gonna say 3 for 8. So yeah, 3 and 5 in the finals. His record in the finals is 18 and 27. So
You can go first.
let me calculate that winning percentage real quick.
It's like 387 or something like that.
You just can go first, and then I'll say what I want to say. Because I don't want to interrupt each other like we tend to do.
When we look at you sent me like the stat line of what LeBron did.
Yeah, I have it right here. LeBron put up 33.6 per game. Phenomenal. 12 rebounds, 10 assists per game. Only player in NBA Finals history to average a triple-double. Congratulations to him.
What did he shoot? His
56 from the floor, 1 steal, and 1 block per game.
Against a team that in one game didn't commit 1 turnover. So, for me, it doesn't really ruin it. Yes, not getting a ring, that, you lose some points, but he came to play. He came to play.
5 losses in the finals, bro.
Like I said, you got some guy. Like I was talking to you guys, like with baseball, you got Derek Jeter.
That's a different sport. That's a player where you're 1 out of 10 players that matter that day.
I'm just saying, like, if you did there's people with a lot of losses. I'm sure Muhammad Ali. Okay, who's a better boxer? Even though it's different weight divisions.
Let's stay on topic though.
Real quick, I'm just wondering, like, when you look at Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather does have the better record. But when you ask somebody, who do you think the greatest boxer of all time is? Generally, who you get?
In my opinion, I'd probably say Roberto Duran.
I'm talking.
No, I understand your comparison, but what if every time Muhammad Ali faced a big dog, faced the number 1 contender,
he
lost
lost to a Leon Spinks when he had 7 professional fights?
Who's that?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali was only in 1 division. Floyd Mayweather was in 5 divisions, had championships in all of them.
Yeah, but when you ask somebody who's a better boxer, you get a different
Let's say
answer.
Floyd Mayweather, for example. What if when he faced Pacquiao when they wanted to fight, he lost to him? What if he went and faced this Triple G guy, lost to him? What if when he faced Canelo, lost to him, but he still beat everybody else, and he could just never beat the other top dogs?
Well, LeBron has beat the other top dogs, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, has also lost many times to the other top dogs. He lost to Dirk Nowitzki.
He was the only all-star on that team.
Whoa.
I'm not. Yeah, the only all-star on his team with JJ Barea being the second best player on the court,
and Jason Kidd and Jason.
And I brought this up. Those weird phenomenons happen. Let's go. Like I said, with the Pistons, did people think the Pistons were going to beat the Lakers that year?
No.
Did you honestly think they were?
I was 5 years old.
Yeah. Well, when you look back at the tapes, that not one of those guys are a Hall of Famer.
None of them guys are Hall of Famers?
None of them are in the Hall. That Pistons team, not one person is in the Hall of Fame.
They're going to be.
They will be.
Maybe.
You don't think Rasheed was?
No, he's not going to be a Hall
of
Famer.
Or no, not Rasheed.
Ben Wallace has been pushed over 2 times already.
Chauncey Billups has a chance.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. He's the only one.
Too.
Who?
Rip Hamilton, yeah.
Maybe. He probably only has 3 All-Stars.
Yeah, but how many defensive first teams?
Who? Well, Ben Wallace.
Wallace.
Yeah, it was, but he still isn't a Hall of Famer. I'm just saying that's a phenomenon. We got two of the guys who are top 10 greatest players of all time. They beat them with a Hall of Fame coach. You know what I mean? Like that was pretty extraordinary.
No, I was just asking, how did this affect LeBron's legacy?
I don't. Once again, I look at guys like I look at his numbers and what he's done to the game and how he performed in it. It doesn't really do that much like damage to me. I'm sure to other people they're like, damn, you can't. You know what I mean? You can't win the big games.
It looks bad.
It looks bad. It just doesn't. It doesn't change what I think about the game of basketball.
No, yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't think LeBron could go down at this point unless like he goes to the finals and absolutely doesn't show up. And even at this point, he has so much credibility that he gets a pass for that. But I feel like the fact that the fact he has 5 losses in the finals, he's 18-27 currently for finals record. I think that's going to hinder him trying to elevate in that top 3. I think when it's all said and done, he will be top 3. It just elevates the fact that he can never be number 1.
Oh no!
Can I say what I have to say? All right. I want to put this out there, even though I was a little biased of how I reacted toward the Cavaliers
Fuck LeBron James.
losing against the Warriors. I did put on my Snapchat by saying "fuck LeBron."
You didn't even say that. You said "fuck LeBron."
Yeah. Bro, you didn't even give him his real name.
You didn't even give him the full credit of his whole name.
Yeah. I'll admit I was being a little biased, but in the moment I was just glad KD finally won a ring and the Warriors.
Fuck KD.
The Warriors got the revenge, and I'll put respect on LeBron's name. Like I always have. LeBron, the only thing I'm taking away from him from this finals loss is he will never be greater than Michael Jordan. I think all of us at this table can say that. At the end of LeBron's career, he'll probably be number 2 or 3 of all time. And that's out of all respect to LeBron James because he's 14 years in the league.
You said 1 or 2?
He's number 2 or 3 of all time.
He won't. Sorry to cut you off, but he'll never be. He can't be number 1.
No,
and he can't be number 2 because you got Kareem, who
you think it has to be Kareem and Jordan 1 and 2?
Has to be.
Okay, then he'll be your number 3.
Yeah. And I know you said I changed my number. I mean, we don't want to bring in the top 10, but after this, just to let you know,
we're gonna have to go over it. Yep.
Yeah, right. That he's just to give you a little peeker. He's number 4 on my list, unless he goes off and wins another.
3 Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. To continue, the reason why I think he could be like maybe 2 or 3 is because he's probably going to shatter Kareem's points record. That's just the way I feel.
He'll have to. It'd be hard. You have to play until he's like 39 and average amount of points. I think he could end up in that number 2 spot if he keeps playing the way
That's what
he
I'm
does.
saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kareem
lost a few times in the finals as well.
Once.
Twice. 2 or 3 times, I think.
Oh, wait, yeah, maybe to the Celtics.
Yeah. But anyway, the only thing I could take away from LeBron is, obviously, he'll never be better than Michael Jordan, I think. Like I said, all of us at this table can say that, a lot of analysts can say that, and just the NBA fans can say that.
Nick Wright can say that.
Yeah, you can. To continue, I just think another thing I could take away from LeBron is, you guys don't agree with it, but beginning of the series, like 3 games in, it just seemed like he was kind of giving up in a way. Like, after the Game 3 loss when the Cavaliers did blow the lead, he said, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. Like, I have a problem with that in a way, but it kind of was the right answer because at the end of the day, he didn't want to talk to the media. I can understand that aspect as a player and being pissed off that you just lost and you're now down 3-0 to this Golden State Warriors team that you won't come back from. But at the end of the day, you're one of the greatest of all time. You can't be saying that to media and putting doubt in your team and yourself to win against this Golden State Warriors team. Kobe Bryant would never say that. That's just how I feel. Michael Jordan would never say it. Magic Johnson, Kareem, whoever would never say that. And another thing, and I'll stop picking on LeBron because I know it drives Jesus crazy.
Nah.
But LeBron did want the playmaker. He did want the other shooter. He did want an athletic win in Derek Williams, and he did want that rim protector in Andrew Bogut, but he got injured 59 seconds into his career with Cleveland. That's not his fault. But he did want the Kyle Korver as the shooter, Darren Williams as the playmaker, Derek Williams as that athletic 3, and the rim protector that got injured. So that's the only thing I'm blaming.
Tristan Thompson is rim protected, though.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm blaming LeBron. His attitude, the players he wanted, because he is the GM, and he's not going to be the greatest.
He did get the players he wanted. But he can't control.
No. He can't control how they play, but he did want them.
Because he got them the ball.
You can't expect everybody to show up every game.
No, I'm just saying he got them the ball, obviously with the 10 assists. You know what I mean? JR, at one point, he was giving him the ball, and he scored 0 points.
He was giving Kyrie the ball.
But exactly, that's piggybacking to what Jesse said. I did see a little bit of assertiveness coming in the fourth quarters.
Slowing down.
Yeah, slowing down. And if he's
NBA.
tired, I understand. But it comes to a point where LeBron can score every possession of the game. I think we know this. I don't think there's much that, you know, they said KD shut him down and LeBron scored 35 points a game. Mm-hmm. That's LeBron being shut down when he wants to be shut down.
And to back up your point, this was a few days ago. This was after Game 3. After Game 3, LeBron only had 11 points in the fourth quarter, shooting 36% from the field. KD outscored him in the fourth quarter, and that's when it's crunch time in the finals.
Yeah.
So and every time he's in the fourth quarter, and this has been his whole career, he passes to the other guy.
Yep.
The fourth quarter, this whole series was Kyrie Irving. The fourth quarter last series was Kyrie Irving. Only time I seen him take aggressiveness and take the ball into his own hands in the fourth quarter was Warriors the first time, 2015. And that's because he had to. Who else was going to give it to Dellavedova?
Just to correct myself, Kareem actually has 4 finals losses.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
6 and 4.
That's why I said he had a few. Because they racked him against LeBron. I seen it.
He's the second player behind Jordan to have the most losses in the finals as an MVP as well.
Jordan never lost. Talking about LeBron?
No, I remember I sent that picture of
You said Jordan, though.
I did?
Yeah.
You meant,
To correct myself, I meant most finals series losses by MVP. LeBron's number 1 and Kareem is number 2.
It could be Elgin Baylor and be 0-8.
0-8.
No, he never won an MVP though.
No,
I'm just saying.
Oh,
no,
no,
wait, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
LeBron's up there now with 5 losses.
I do think LeBron has a factor that Kobe... I think he doesn't have a factor that Kobe has, that Jordan has. He doesn't have that aggressiveness at closing a game. And even when he talks about it in press conferences, it's only basketball. It's not only basketball. It's the sport that got you all your millions. It's the sport that gives you the platform where you're on now, and you don't want to give that energy to your teammates. You don't want to feed that energy out to the public. And even after the finals, after he lost, he said, I did everything I could. And he did. He absolutely did. He did everything he could. But as a player, and I feel like you shouldn't be saying that. You should be able to say, first game, I shouldn't have 8 turnovers. Second game, I should have done this in the last quarter. Fourth game, I did everything I could. This game, I didn't get it done here and there. Like, you should be able to pick out every single flaw in your game and own up to it.
The thing is,
he doesn't have many. But
I'm sure he does. But LeBron James is socially conscious. Like, his platform of his status, yes, it was to basketball, but I'm sure when he leaves the NBA and retires, he's going to be doing a lot bigger and better things.
He's going to own a team.
He's going to own a team, but I mean, even outside the community, he always, look what he did to the, schools in
Cleveland.
In Cleveland, because there's always, like I said, Jalen Rose has his quote: "This is the score of the game and the game of life." I think LeBron James has surpassed that. Yes, he's going to want to keep going to finals, and I'm sure he wants some wins and stuff.
He's going to leave Cleveland rings if he wants another ring. That's the way I feel. You asked this question before. Where would LeBron go if he would leave Cleveland to chase another championship?
I actually got that in.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to ask that?
Yeah, let's save that for later. Okay. All right. So are we cool talking about LeBron's legacy?
Yeah.
Let's get to the other side of the spectrum. KD.
In my opinion, KD outplayed LeBron every game except Game 4. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I got the stats right here. He did win a Finals MVP, and then you could jump in. He put up 35 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.6 blocks, so he was the rim protector for the Warriors, like we said. Shot 56 from the field and had one steal average toward these finals. KD, like I predicted, he would win in Finals MVP. He said after the game 5, he didn't hop on. He did his part. He did hop on to this team, but he did play his part, which I believe will get the criticism off his back for a while because he just didn't piggyback Curry, who put up a near triple-double like you mentioned, and Clay didn't really show up except in the Game 3, and Draymond didn't really play well. KD did back up what he did last summer by joining the team that beat him last year. If you can't beat him, join him. The 73-9 best regular season team of all time. KD showed his part. He won Finals MVP. So people need to respect him as a champion now. And like I keep saying, 30 to 40 years from now, people will look at that. Yeah, it might have been a weak move, but he still got that ring though. He could have rings in the future like I predict he will, and he'll probably be another Finals MVP candidate in the future.
Oh, without a doubt. And with KD, did he play? Technically, did he play better than LeBron? No, because he only had average 2 more points.
Yeah,
he played better than LeBron.
With his scoring aspect. And when you say
he closed out games,
when you said that Draymond and Clay didn't have good scoring games, that's only half of basketball. We looked at what Klay Thompson did on the defensive side of the ball, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And what Draymond always does on the defensive side of the ball, which is, you know what I mean? Draymond's not there to drop 30 points or 20 points. You don't have to. That's just not his job. I never said that Kevin Durant, I said, is the most talented basketball player I've ever seen. He should be better than LeBron James.
Do you think he's on the clips of being better than LeBron?
Can't. No, he will never. I don't think he could because he's just.
I don't think he's talking about all the time. But I think he's talking about right now.
No, like talent right now. Like, is KD on the neck of LeBron?
Yeah, he's on the neck, but LeBron James is still the best basketball player.
I agree. I think it's LeBron right here and KD's right behind him.
Yeah, but I said with KD's talent, what is KD now? 28.
Yeah.
Pretty old.
I believe so. Curry's 29.
Yeah. No, I think KD has to be older than Curry, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, okay.
I got you now. Kevin Durant.
Oh, you really gonna put this on the pot?
Yeah.
He was on a phone call. He was on the phone with his mom on the wrestling podcast.
Hey, you heard it?
Yeah, that shit had me dying.
My mom. I had my mom come on the not come on the podcast, but she called, so I just picked it up while I was with EJ, and then EJ was like, "Hey, what's up, ma?" And she was like, "Hi." Christian, why didn't you? I was like, damn.
I think that Kevin Durant can't be like LeBron James because, or he should have. He always should have, because with his 4 scoring titles, he should be the best scorer of all time, without a doubt.
Currently 28.
He's currently 28.
He's the only one of 3 players to have 4 scoring titles, an MVP, and a championship.
Yeah,
he should KD and Jordan.
He should have more MVPs at this point of his career. But once again, he's only 28. He'll be 29 next year. But his always problem, like I said, it was his confidence. Now on this team, he is confident. It brings out, it brought out the best of him, because we see the shots that he was taking were phenomenal. I thought when we talked about this on Messenger that
the Messenger,
my bad, on
group
chat, that Kevin Durant, what he did was snake-like, but remember what LeBron did with the not 1, not 2, not 3.
I have that.
Like we said, it was too like what do you say, like flamboyant or too cocky.
Yeah, I mean, we could jumpstart to that now. Does this validate KD's move?
It just yes, you won a championship, which is awesome. But like the way you did it, like of course you had a chance. Before KD went to those Warriors, we said that the Warriors were going to go to the finals anyway. We weren't going to question that.
But we can't forget that OKC were up 3-1 against these Warriors,
and and you leave that team. You told Russell Westbrook, who was your brother at the time, that we just lost these guys. You know, we gonna beat these guys. We have to. If you know what I mean. If he would have won with OKC this year, mind blowing. It would have been insane. Does it? He did win a championship. It doesn't leave a nasty taste in your mouth for like Russell Westbrook, who that was your brother in arms. They could have possibly be the team to beat them.
In my opinion, they could have beaten Cleveland last year. That's just the way I felt, because I believe OKC was the best team in the NBA last year.
Yeah, they were phenomenal.
They should have beat the Curry, who was injured. They should have beat the Draymond, who we discussed. Like he should have got suspended for what he did to Steven Adams and stuff like that.
When it came to the big game, for some reason, KD should have been taking those shots, but he wasn't taking those shots.
Russell Westbrook didn't play well either.
Until Game 7. Yeah. That's when he started chucking up and started chucking. That's what he was doing in Game 7. And I was like, damn, this is the only thing. KD doesn't want to be the face. Like, he doesn't want to take that blame. He's scared to be like, damn, it's going to be my fault. But with this Warriors team, he don't have to, because if he misses,
this Warriors
Curry going to back you up.
This Warriors team brought out the best in KD. And to back up what you just said, KD would have never won a championship with Russell Westbrook.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Maybe if they would have kept James Harden and Serge Ibaka and Reggie Jackson, they would have beat the Miami Heat. They would have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers if LeBron would have left.
Yeah, they were young those years.
But my point is, the Warriors brought out the best in KD because, Curry is a better player than Westbrook. He has more confidence as that sniper mentality Curry is from three-point range. And what he did in the finals, like I said before, he put up a near triple-double. Yeah. Steph Curry proved why he's the best point guard in the damn league.
Oh yeah.
So I like I said, it brought out the best in KD and this Warriors team to finally get the criticism off KD's back and the criticism off the Warriors' back because they're such a well-oiled machine. And KD finally proved everyone wrong. Right? He's one of the best in the world, and he's a champion.
But
and he's
he's
MVP.
playing for the best team in the world.
Well, I'm gonna say the argument I said in the group chat yesterday, so I could bring it to light on the podcast because I feel like I was dropping gems. But every year since LeBron created his super team, the Miami Heat team, they were the team to beat. Other teams try to replicate it. It now became, you could obviously say the Boston Celtics started it, but it became popular when LeBron did it.
When those super teams were created, all the people who joined together were on bad teams. That's what's the difference about the Warriors. They're already a good team, and you know what I mean.
That's what you get for building a great team.
And, Carmelo going to the Knicks, Nuggets were good at the time.
That's true.
But the Knicks were good until they got Stoudemire.
Yeah, I'm saying they
That's what I'm saying, but they grouped together, when remember LeBron James had to go to Miami and recruit Chris Bosh, and they finally became a good team. When Boston was only making it to the playoffs, and the Timberwolves couldn't even make it to the playoffs, and the Bucks weren't making it to the playoffs, they said, okay, let's grab some stars, let's bring them to this struggling team. Who else was a super team? When Dwight Howard left Orlando, they weren't making it to the playoffs, and Steve Nash was, they just couldn't get out of that the fourth or third round, so they brought Steve Nash over to the Lakers. These were formed.
I think Christian's point is LeBron was probably the most famous one for starting super teams.
Yeah,
and the
Celtics did it first.
They did it, but how many teams did it in that era?
Yeah, after LeBron went to
they did that in 2007, 2008.
Yeah. That was when Celtics won it all.
And then LeBron didn't do it to 2011.
Yeah.
So
the most, like you said before, the most famous saying probably leaving an organization is, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Like, you nailed that.
Yeah, like, the reason why KD's or LeBron was more hated than KD and I think LeBron kind of, he worked off his hatred. I think that it went from people hating LeBron to, I used to hate LeBron. And now it's way past due. He gets all my respect now. But he said, like, the way he did it with the whole special, where is LeBron going to go special? With the Miami Heat concert, I can't tell you what KD said when he said he was going to go.
He did it because he did it so snake-like. He just
he just kept it under the table because he knew what it was. When LeBron did it, he did it on live TV on a special on ESPN that probably drew millions of ratings. And the expression "I'm taking my talents to South Beach" is huge.
And he celebrated it like they were going to win the 8 rings, which they never did.
And at the time, LeBron James was the biggest thing in basketball, and probably still is the biggest thing in basketball, and Kevin Durant, and that's why I think he doesn't get.
He made it big.
No, well, that's the thing is that he gets hated too, is because he at the time, they were like, "Yo, this man's phenomenal. He's one, the greatest player." At the time, he was the greatest player, winning multiple MVPs back to back. Kevin Durant was never that guy. He never has been, even though he's phenomenal and been to how many All-Stars now. Yeah. He's just never had that voice because he is a quiet guy. But what he did, once again, it's not like LeBron James didn't lose to the Celtics. It was like, you know what, guys? I'm jumping to the Celtics.
I'll agree with that.
That's the only bet. You know what KD should have done? He should have lost to the team that he beat before. Who did he beat? The Spurs to go to play them?
Yeah.
He should have lost to them. And then him going to the Warriors,
I want to say something,
wouldn't have been that bad.
You've been talking the whole podcast.
Because imagine KD was to the Spurs.
What?
I said imagine
you got Kawhi Leonard.
No, I'm saying because remember he had talks too.
But yeah, so I just LeBron started the super team wave, and after that, it was the trend. Knicks, both Carmelo and Stoudemire joined to go to the Knicks.
Chandler.
They were supposed to be something.
Stoudemire was a year there. Was a year by himself.
Yeah, but that was always the original plan. Mm-hmm. The Knicks tried to get everybody. They tried to get LeBron. They tried to get Wade. They tried to get Bosh. They ended up with Melo. It was the whole wave. Nets did it. Nets literally had a brand new team. They literally had everybody from everywhere. They had Jaren Williams,
Pierce,
KG, Paul Pierce, Joe Johnson, Wallace. The whole
Lopez.
team. Well, he was natural though. Lakers, Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. The list goes down and down. Everybody, even the Spurs tried doing it. Aldridge, Gasol. They're trying to build the super teams, and then
I wouldn't say Gasol is the super team.
As soon as
this was the Gasol with the Lakers, yeah.
As soon as the Warriors do it, because they're an all-natural team except KD. Most of that team, besides like the little role players on the bench, that obviously they're veterans, they've been there for 10 years in the league. They're all drafted. Draymond, Curry, Clay, that whole team. Even the people that came through during this finals, McCaw. I can't think of Ian Clark. Like all those kids that came through in this finals,
Rookies,
they're all natural. KD is just their first big free agent. So I don't see it as big of a... I mean, yeah, it's crazy. KD went to a 73-9 team that he could have defeated, but he alternatively lost to them. But at the end of the day, I mean, on the Warriors' end, it was kind of
just a smart move.
You know, all those guys you named, there was only one MVP to play with another MVP, and that was Steve Nash when he went with Kobe. But we're talking about how old was Steve Nash? 34, 35 years old, and Kobe was what, in his 30s also. Remember, they had a two-time MVP on the team already, and that's why he's gonna get a little hated on. And like I said on the group chat, if he would have went to the Celtics, do I think he could have competed with LeBron James and made it to the finals? Yeah, he could have.
I disagree.
No, he definitely could have.
You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why. It's the team that he picked. If he picked any other team, maybe not the Spurs, but if he picked any other team, people wouldn't be as hostile as they are. I think I am. I'm a little upset.
But the thing is, how many options did he have?
A bunch.
No.
What are you talking about?
3 options.
Options that were going to defeat the Cavaliers or the Warriors?
Well, staying with OKC was an option. Don't
No,
forget
was
about
it?
that.
No, it was not.
Yes, he could have beat
was
the Warriors.
not.
They could have beat the
They
Warriors.
needed another person that they
were
couldn't
up-
get because they didn't have money because they're a small market team.
But they were up 3-1. They could have.
They weren't going to.
They could have.
So his options were, staying in OKC. Let's keep that as an option, I guess.
How is that not a team?
You're never going to win with Westbrook. Westbrook is way too selfish of a player.
I'm just
You're
saying,
never
they
going to win
could've.
with Westbrook.
I agree with that.
His options were Celtics, but even then, you might get past LeBron. Now you're stuck with the Warriors. Your options are Warriors. So Warriors, Thunder, Celtics.
But who's the guy? And then who's the guy who texted when all these super teams?
Draymond.
No, who tweeted out
when
all these teams were formed that we have to line up to beat these guys? It was him.
It was 7 years ago. KD was not a superstar 7 years ago, man.
I don't think it was 7 years ago.
It was in 2010.
Just with the Miami Heat.
It was when
3 years
LeBron
ago.
went to Miami.
Yeah, but you want to know the
No, I
thing
think
with
it was
that?
when Kobe and Dwight all of them got together.
No, that was after LeBron went
Yeah,
to
that was
Miami.
2013.
I think that's when he tweeted. I thought that's when he tweeted.
No, it was in 2011.
Yeah, it was when LeBron went to.
But still, he
But
did.
but that was before the whole wave of super teams started. That's when LeBron first started it, and then that's when Knicks followed. That was before Knicks followed it after. Nets followed it after. Spurs.
I wouldn't say the Spurs are.
started doing it.
How are you gonna say the Spurs are a super team when that's all natural besides LaMarcus Aldridge?
But they
and Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol. How old is Pau Gasol?
Pau Gasol was just an all-star last year, bro.
No, he wasn't.
On the Bulls?
Was it two? No, it was the year after that. Was he
no,
2 years
no,
on
he
the
was,
Bulls?
No, he was all-star last
I
year.
don't think so. I think it's two. I
Is
think,
this not his first year on the Spurs?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the first year.
And he was an
2
all-star
years
last
ago.
year.
No, it was 2 years ago.
All right. So what are we in? What year? 2016 All-Stars? That was 2015.
Yeah.
When
No,
he first
2016.
joined the Bulls and left.
All right, I want to say a few things. One, I want to address what you said, how KD will never get rid of the hatred, and LeBron did. LeBron did get rid of the hatred.
He went back to Cleveland.
Exactly. You stole words right out of my mouth.
And won a ring there.
Yeah. KD will get rid of that hatred. In my opinion, he already got rid of it.
Pau Gasol last year. Thank you.
Because what he did in the finals,
the
but
year
he
when
will
he
never
first
get
came.
rid of the hatred if he goes back to OKC and wins a ring, which will never happen. Because I think Russell Westbrook will probably bounce. Will probably bounce from that team in a few years because I don't think OKC will be smart enough to give the assets what Russell Westbrook needs to compete with Golden State. And yeah, I just think KD did the right decision by going to Golden State because he would have met LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, probably wouldn't have beat him. And if he went back to OKC, he would have never beat Golden State.
So you're saying KD can only beat LeBron James when he has a 73-9 team behind him?
No, I think he could have beat LeBron James if he was on the Celtics, but
No,
at that point,
asking.
I don't think he could have beat the Warriors.
I don't feel that way.
I think the only way he would have gotten a ring is going to the Warriors.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it looks bad on KD. You had to join the best regular season team
but
to beat LeBron
that's
James.
your only option to get a ring in my eyes. I'm not
So
I'm not validating the move. I think it was a snake move. I think I love what Damian Lillard says. I love that he wants to just play and me personally, I think you should have a cap. I think Adam Silver, if he wants to stop these super teams, 2 max contracts per team. That's all. And if they want to do pay cuts from there, that's on them. But a lot of these selfish-ass players will not do that.
But look at this. But you know what's crazy? All this argument they were saying, like, KD had to do this, had to do this, had to do this to get a ring. Doesn't that just show you how LeBron James is a damn good player?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it does, but it shows you where the league is at now. Without KD on the Warriors, it still would have been Cavs and Warriors this year.
Yeah.
And the Cavs probably would have won if they didn't have KD. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think so.
I don't know. The way Kyrie... You telling me Kyrie didn't have a great finals game?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But I still think the Warriors would have won last year if Draymond Green was there Game 5.
What do you say about the game before that? The Warriors should have won too?
What are you talking about?
When Kevin Love and Kyrie were out?
Oh, the season before?
If K-Love and Kyrie were not injured, I had Cavs winning that year. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, because that was the first time Warriors got that stage.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same thing with Cavs, but LeBron been there, done it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not validating KD's move. I think he did kind of validate a little more that he won. I'm just saying if he wanted to win a ring,
he had to join.
He had to join here, and it's not because...
But who do you have to join?
The reason is because the Warriors and Cavs were going to be in the finals for the next years regardless.
Or the Spurs. Don't. I'm saying, I don't think, when you guys... Spurs still...
At the end of the day, even out with KD, I had Curry, Clay, and Draymond still at the top of the West.
All I know is in 2 years, this Warriors team is going to break down, and Klay Thompson is going to be the first one to go. You can mark my words on this. Klay Thompson will be the first one to go, and it's going to be a little bit of power shift, but Warriors are still going to be good regardless. It's just going to be not as powerful.
But now...
They have a lot of people to sign this
But this is what I'm saying, too.
The Warriors. Literally, there's only like 4 or 5 people returning.
As long as you got your main people, you're good.
If they're going to
the core three, it already showed you they can have an old David West and a bum-ass JaVale McGee and a bum-ass Zaza to win.
JaVale McGee's minimum contract, David West's minimum contract. They already got their 2 rookies that did all the work. Who else was on the bench that did their work besides Iggy? Livingston, and I think he might even be staying there.
Yeah.
So
I liked Matt Barnes on that team.
He barely touched earth. What are you talking about?
I just liked...
I like the fit too, but he didn't play at all.
You're talking about Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson.
Livingston?
Sean Livingston might be, that a team actually might offer him a pretty good contract.
Yeah, he put down 5 points a game during the finals.
No. Well, once again, when you have 4 All-Stars, 4 All-Pros on the same team,
come back to that team. They're dumb if they don't.
No, but I'm saying, what if a team offers him? Because they know that Sean Livingston is a really good point guard. But now, like I said, to compete with the Warriors, they just showed you're going to need more than just LeBron James and a team behind him. Now, if he goes to LA and forms a super team over there, or stays with the Cavs and more people come to him.
You transition to my next question perfectly. My next and last question. Do the Cavs need a revamp?
Oh, without a doubt.
By far.
Everybody has to. But I'm not only talking about the Cavs. Once again, I'm not only talking about the Cavs.
What more can they do?
They need to get rid.
But not only the Cavs. I'm just talking about LeBron.
K-Love did great this finals. He didn't do great. He didn't show up the last game for shit, but he didn't do great.
Once again,
he could have played better.
He did good. Hold on. Wait, real quick. He did good, but he didn't do good when the Warriors play against him. That's what I'm saying.
K-Love had a phenomenal season until these finals.
Because...
What are you talking about? You're not serious.
I don't think...
Bro, have you looked...
I don't think Kevin Love had a good
season
finals.
too.
No, I just said he had.
You want me to look at the final? I'm going to go down every single game for you, bro.
He had a lot of rebounds. I'll admit that. He went. What was the last game? He went 2 for 10.
He didn't
show up the last game, and I know that's where it counts the most, but he was there every other game.
Well, how many points?
I'm going down it right now.
I know he rebounded the hell out of the ball. So
remember, when you're playing 47 minutes, you should be able to get a good amount of rebounds. But
first game, 15 and 21 with 3 blocks.
Okay.
Second game, I'm waiting for this shit to load. What the hell? Where are the games at? Second game, I think this was his best game actually. Let's see how much he had here. Second game he had. Wow, my Wi-Fi is trash. Second, come on, bro. It's really that hard. All right, second game he had. Even though it's like the 5th time I said it, and I'm just trying to procrastinate until my box score loads.
My point is, Kevin Love should have played better. That's just
no. He can't play any better than what he did, bro.
He did.
He said himself, "I could have played better."
Yeah, everyone's gonna say that when they lose. But he did have a good game, but against the Warriors, he doesn't fit well because, like I said to you guys, that he's not a playmaker. He can drop buckets, but is he making more than 3 dribbles? You know what I mean? That everybody on that Warriors team can create their own play or make their own play. Even Draymond's not a great shooter. He can dribble. He can pass. He can get guys open. Steph Curry, we know that he can get guys open and shoot where the hell he wants. KD's the same way. And Klay Thompson the same way. They can create their own shot or create for others. And that's where Kevin Love, yes, is a good player, but he doesn't fit to beat the Warriors.
Kevin Love's second game, 27 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, he like I said, he did good.
Even game one.
But he doesn't fit. I wish it showed you how many dribbles he probably took. He probably took like a max of like 20 dribbles that whole game.
Third game.
All right, we know that Kevin Love had a good.
Oh, I know, because he said he didn't play good at all, which I don't know what you're watching. Third game, Kevin Love had 9 points. Yeah. that was his worst game.
And that's when you try to post up KD.
Yeah. So game 3 and game 5, not good. That's 2 games against 2 good games.
Cavs have to revamp. They're gonna. Once again, a lot of people actually are leaving from the
3
Cavs.
games, 23 points during game 4 when they won, and a decent amount of rebounds as well. So,
but look at this. Was it like I said? The Cavs actually are. A lot of people are leaving. James Jones, he's retiring.
He is.
Yeah, this is gonna be his last season. Richard Jefferson,
man, he's breaking the streak of how many finals in a row?
Better than
Richard Jefferson. This could be his last year. Do they re-sign Kyle Korver? Kyle Korver is like 37 now.
Yeah.
Darren Williams.
Kyle Korver's not that old.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Ain't no way in hell he's that old.
But anyway, to add to your point,
Kyle Korver's one of the oldest guys in the league.
Who has
36.
And he's gonna be 37 next year.
Who has the biggest contract on that team? Kevin Love, correct?
Yeah. And
that's what I think they need to do.
And that's what I'm saying. Not saying that Kevin Love is still a good commodity.
He is.
But to play against the Warriors, he doesn't fit well because he can't create his own
What else could they do? I hear you keep saying the Paul George move, but there's no way in hell you could get Paul George without losing Kevin Love.
Yeah, they still won't beat the Warriors with Paul George if they get rid of Kevin Love.
I don't know.
The only 2 untouchable players on the entire team is LeBron and Kyrie.
I know. They shouldn't leave. But if they can somehow dump a Kevin Love...
If they dump Kevin Love and get Paul George, they get 5 more points per game, and they lose like 3-4 rebounds
but once again,
per game.
It's not the point. I'm not saying this the point problem. It's the creating or making your own shot. Yes, Kevin Love can't create his own shot.
Paul George needs the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Love doesn't need to create his own shot.
Yes, he does.
No, you don't.
No, Kevin Love needs to have to dish it out to him. It has to be, you know what I mean? He's not the old Kevin Love where he gets in the paint. And
only people on the Warriors that can create their own shot is KD and Curry.
And Clay. Clay can't create his own. You're bugging, dude.
He's more of a spot-up shooter than anything else.
No, he's not. He could get to the rim. What do you mean? He's one of the nicest guys, one of the best guys at the rim. You ever watch Klay Thompson post moves or in the paint? Like, he's nice. I think you're crazy if you think
you're acting like he can dribble the ball down court.
Yes, Klay Thompson, yes, and shoot from wherever.
All right, even if he can, he doesn't do it. He doesn't get the chance to do it in the Warriors. Yeah, but that's not what you need. You already got 2 people that can create their own shot, and LeBron and Kyrie.
Draymond Green leads the team in assists, so obviously he does create shots for others. If you can't create this own shot, make your own shot. If you have
Paul George and LeBron James, it's going to be way too conflicting.
No, not with LeBron James.
The thing with Klay Thompson, bro, is you could pass it to Klay Thompson and he could be that spot-up shooter. Paul George cannot be the spot-up shooter. In order to score, he needs to create his own shot.
If they get Paul George, they're still not beating Golden State.
Yes, they have a chance to because once again...
No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
So 3 All-Stars against 4 again. Literally, that's what you're going for.
Well, no, and then you go and look at your bench.
The reason the Warriors work so well is because all those people can either create their own shots or play as spot-up shooters, whatever they want to do for that time being.
And they all move the ball.
And that's what when we said LeBron James was like, oh, he's looking for a playmaker. He was looking for that in Darren Williams because Darren Williams used to be able to, once again, create his own shot or make someone a shot.
All right, so a better playmaker, Chris Paul. Put that out there. You think they have a possibility of getting Chris Paul?
Why? They got a point guard.
I'm just saying.
That makes no sense.
This is you have 2 point guards.
It would make no sense getting rid of Kevin Love and Paul George.
Well, Giannis can create his own shot or make his own shot.
Now, if you want me to be honest, there's no point in getting Paul George for Kevin Love. Pacers would not make that deal, and neither would Cleveland.
No. They wouldn't.
But Cleveland needs to do something.
And we're not only talking about Cleveland. Remember, this discussion of LeBron James leaving.
That was my second. Yo, Jesus, you had transition God today. You saw my notes?
Did you see the notes?
No.
Okay.
Literally, bro, I said, do Cavs need a revamp? Question mark. Does LeBron need to go?
He doesn't. I'm saying revamp could be LeBron James heading to LA, and once again, they're already in discussions. They're already in discussions with Paul George.
That'd be so perfect.
They're in discussion with Paul George to begin with, so Paul George goes to LA. LeBron goes to LA. You're getting Lonzo Ball. Hopefully, once again, you're going to have these veterans coaching him up. He's a big guard. What is he, 6'6"?
6'6".
He's 6'6" guard who has a decent shot. Hopefully, he's a good, good at the rim. He has to obviously bulk up when he play in the NBA. I
would hate, and I'm getting scared, I would hate if he ends up like a Michael Carter Williams.
I don't think so.
I don't see that.
A point guard with an okay shot. Great at passing.
Really okay shot.
Great at passing. Oversized.
I don't see that happening.
I don't know.
I mean, Alonzo Ball is very athletic, and
Yeah.
he got better vision than Michael Carter Williams.
They complained about his conditioning at the workout.
They said he was out of shape.
The problem is, where do you? I know you love him to death, but where do you put Russell? Like, you know what I mean? That's gonna be the hard part because
That's the easiest part.
really, because he's
Put him at the
think
two.
about it. He's a point, but then you have Lonzo. He should be at the
Put him
two.
at the 1.
No, Alonzo's a 1 no matter what.
Clarkson's
Well, you gotta
coming
think about
as a
LeBron
six
James
man.
is LeBron James or Paul George. If this is just fantasy talk here, like
Paul
That's-
George would not be dribbling the ball up the court anyway.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not a
if you
Lakers
think
fan.
it, but you gotta think about that could be a decent good matchup because now you got 4 besides your center who could be Randall and he could
No,
walk.
Yeah.
his center Randall's he's technically undersized as a power forward, but he's just so fast.
But once
and
again,
so strong.
that's what I'm saying. You could like a death lineup, just like what they do
Okay.
with
Run
Draymond
small.
Green.
Yeah, if
And
I
they-
was...
And all those guys on the floor at one time couldn't bring the ball up the court, just like when the Warriors
and if
had
anyone knows how to do it, Luke Walton.
Yeah,
He's
honestly.
a very talented coach. If you look at it, you got to get guys who were coached by legends. Steve Kerr was coached by Phil Jackson. Luke Walt was coached by Phil Jackson.
And under the tutelage of Steve Kerr.
Yeah, like you know
Like,
what I mean.
If I
And
was,
handled a 73-9 team.
if I was Luke Walton, I would have Lonzo at 1 if they do draft him. Russell at the 2, even though Lonzo is bigger, so I would flip-flop that if anything.
But LeBron James
then-
is always the point forward. If he does go in there,
Wait, let me finish. Paul George, who you probably will get next year if it's a possibility, at the 3. LeBron at the 4. Randall at the 5.
You're
Run
not-
that.
whoa,
Listen.
Whoa, hold up, bro. We just going to throw everybody on the Lakers now?
It-
Paul
well,
George
it-
and LeBron James?
it-
yeah,
could
that's what I'm
happen.
saying. LeBron can go to LA.
You guys have a
I'm
lot
a
of
Lakers
money
fan. That's
coming your
scary
way.
as fuck.
Yeah, the
And
problem
then
is
Clarkson is your 6th man, and Brandon Ingram.
no. These besides the thing is
That's
they would
depth.
give up. They would give up. And this is because they say no one ever whenever they're making trades they're never gonna give up Brandon Ingram. Do they give him up for LeBron James? I have no idea because they
Yeah,
did it for
you have
Andrew
to.
Wiggins. It would be awesome to somehow retain that, but that's what I'm saying when when we're bringing those superstars over, you're gonna see a little dump off of the guys that you do enjoy watching, like
Yeah.
Russell. Hopefully, I think
Russell's staying.
They'll keep him. If anything, they'll leave it with Clarkson, which I don't think they should because he's a great 6 man.
Russell doesn't really fit. I'm sorry. Clarkson doesn't fit on that team as much as Russell does.
No, yeah, I agree.
Clarkson hasn't really got a jab at the starting position yet. His offense in general is a
Needs
little
to work
kind of
on it.
off-kiltered
His
of
ball
what Luke
handling
Walton
is
wants.
not that great.
He gets to the rim. He's very aggressive. The problem is that Luke Walton is trying to build exactly what the Warriors had. And that means shooters, and that means playmakers. Clarkson kind of needs the ball for himself, and he's not a great three-point... He's a pretty good three-point shooter, but like he's great mid-range shooter, and he could attack the basket like no other.
I'm just saying, LeBron James is not going to go to LA without Paul George. That's a fact. There's no reason for him
Even
to
if
go.
he doesn't, LeBron will probably take that team to the finals
Oh, without I'm just
LeBron
saying
James is a free agent this year?
next year.
next year. But I think he has a 1-year option opt out.
He always does. That's what I'm
because
saying.
he's
Yeah.
smart with it.
I would kind of want to see LeBron James' contract now. I don't know. All right, if he is a free agent this year, you think he's gone?
They're gonna.
Yeah.
The only way he leaves
He's
is
not.
Paul George has to be guaranteed to go to LA. That's one thing. You know what I mean? He's not gonna.
Even if he doesn't have Paul George, he could win with that team.
Yeah.
That team,
Nah.
bro.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Bro,
no, I'm
bro,
not
you
saying.
can't-
LA.
you're a
this-
Laker fan.
Lakers fan had the deepest bench most of the season
Yeah.
until we tanked.
No, I know.
We had the deepest bench.
But you have to
And they're
have
all
him.
young.
And but I'm saying none of them are all stars. He has to have another
Not
all
yet.
star.
If he goes on that team, D'Angelo Russell will be an all-star this year.
But-
Randall will be an all-star this year.
I think LeBron James can bring that team to like second or third in the West without a doubt. But to compete against the Warriors, you have to. Kyrie's dropping 40. You know what I mean in the finals, and they can't get a W.
2018 player option.
Yeah,
He's leaving next year. Even if they want to win, he'll probably sign back.
no, he has to have. Like I said, that would like the team that we just talked about with Paul George and LeBron James. being on the same team would be with these young guys who are good shooters, who 2 times have beat the Warriors somehow.
Literally, East would literally be like kicking rocks. That shit would be so interesting.
So up for grabs.
Yeah. It'll be up for grabs, but it's just gonna be like, all right, you're gonna lose to the Warriors. You're gonna lose to the Western Conference.
Yeah. But like I said, if the Cavs have to reformat that, if LeBron James stays, somehow, number-wise, I have no idea how.
Imagine how interesting that would be. 20, 30 years later, Lakers Celtics still the main rivalry. They just shot 30 and 30
yeah,
30 on that.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So it
probably will be.
That'll be pretty interesting. You got Markelle Fultz going at it with Lonzo Ball.
The West would be so stacked.
Finals.
The West would be so stacked. If LeBron James went to LA.
When LeBron retires, the league is going to be so competitive.
No, you gotta think about KD's still gonna be decently young.
When LeBron James retires, the league will be so competitive.
Bro, in 5 years, LeBron will probably retire. KD's gonna be mid-30s. He won't be that great anymore.
How far are they in age? 4 years.
Yes.
LeBron James 32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
KD will still be lethal then.
He got a shot.
Yeah, true. Anthony Davis, Giannis, and all them. Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons.
Do you ever see LeBron falling off? When is it going to happen? We say it every year.
I think, like I said, he'll leave the league before he falls off. He's not gonna be tanking at the end of the years. You know what I mean?
This might be a little much.
Also, unlike other people, and yes,
exactly.
Unlike other people, LeBron James, as soon as he can't win on one team, he's dipping.
Yeah, he's not gonna. You know what I mean?
That's the difference between him and Kobe.
Yeah, Vince Carter just sipping the fountain of youth because his team somehow makes it to the playoffs. But yeah, I think LeBron James, he loves basketball and he competes at the highest level and he's gonna go down as one of the greatest of all time. But he's a I can never say this word.
Philanthropist.
Yeah, he's gonna be owning a team or get involved in owning teams and
coach a team. Who knows?
You know, he has the second most popular shoe. You know what I mean? He's gonna be doing bigger and better things. He has a $1 billion contract with Nikes, and
it's gonna be $1 billion.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He doesn't have to stay. Mm-hmm. If LeBron James wanted to retire right now, he's still the second highest athlete in the world, highest paid.
True.
Who's one?
Ronaldo.
Damn, he makes that much money.
Yeah, which is crazy, right?
It's just I'm not a soccer fan, so it's like.
No, I am. I just do that.
I seen somebody complaining on Twitter. They're like, "Damn, all ESPN is NBA Finals. They talked only about NHL Finals for 10 minutes." I was like, "Bro, who won the NHL Finals?" Yeah, no, and that's Pennsylvania.
Nashville Predators.
Bro, literally, Cavaliers are basically still trending. Warriors are still trending. Penguins, I really want to know.
Sidney Crosby.
I want to know the ratings for that. Compared to this last finals, bring I think 25.7 million.
It was the most since when Jordan played.
No, it was the most watched television besides a Game 7.
Mm. It was the highest rating since Jordan.
Yeah,
in '98. Which 19 years ago today he hit the game-winning shot against what's his name?
Remember Steve Kerr hit the game-winning shot too.
Yeah, in Game 6.
Remember Michael didn't hit them all.
Let me see if I can find it. Stanley Cup. I just seen. I'm gonna just give previous years, and compare it to NBA, and it's completely. So NBA, even this whole final, they were above 22 at least. 2015 Stanley Cup Finals averaged 3.2.
Yeah, hockey's remember hockey's on the is you know what I mean is bad down there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's insane.
What's the football rating?
Insane.
Super Bowls, yeah, that's insane.
I think hundreds of millions?
It's more than 22.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know.
I think it was one.
46.7
yeah,
for 2017, it was 45.3.
Yeah.
World Series is definitely higher than hockey, I'm just saying.
No, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Bro, the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals, 1.8.
That's trash.
Do you understand that
MMA
do you understand Monday Night Raw does that every week?
Yeah. A pay-per-view card for UFC does more than 1.8.
Oh, yeah. If Connor's in it.
Yeah, of course. Or John Jones.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Or Ronda. I could keep going.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Or Anderson.
Yeah.
This year, the average was 2.7.
That's trash.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Now I'm kind of interested in this conversation. What about NBA Finals? Overall. NBA Finals ratings. Ratings is an interesting thing to discuss. Let me
that's one question I wanted to ask you guys. Did you think Game 4 was a fluke?
My man, there's so many things that are inside of sports
There were like 51
that could be
fouls.
a fluke, dude. Bro,
60. 60.
The average for the finals was actually we said 20, but that was like total kinda. It was actually 11 average, and the average for the Stanley Cup was 3. So it's basically 75.
Was Game 4 fluke? Like you said, there's so many things to games that are flukes. Because once again, they say Michael Jordan, the reason why he left for 3 years because he wouldn't get suspended for gambling, and LA went to a championships because they had shaving points off the Kings, and you'll never know. What I mean? You'll never know.
I think it was interesting though. I forget the name of the referee, but every game the specific ref, I don't remember at this moment. Every game that ref has obviously officiated the game, the Cavaliers are undefeated. Every time he's not officiating, the Warriors are undefeated.
It's okay. On my birthday, June 12th, LeBron James is 0-5.
In finals? Damn.
Well, with that being said, everybody leave Jesus a happy birthday message down below. The highest rated finals was Bulls Jazz 1998, the year I was born. 18.7. 29 total.
With scrubs on that Jazz team.
So yeah, and they also had the highest single rating game of all time.
Don't get me started.
And the lowest was LeBron James against Spurs 2007. It was 6.2.
Wow. They knew that was.
You know what's crazy? I think we didn't even watch that game either. We went to the movies.
No. 2007.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, yeah, I think everybody watched that game 7.
Oh, that 07 was garbage when they got swept.
It's probably the worst finals team of all time.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, honestly, if the Cavs were going to get swept, I was going to say at least Dwight Howard won a game.
If LeBron would have got swept, I would have been horrible on this podcast.
All right, well, we can't talk about what ifs. We're an hour and a minute in. I think we had a pretty good discussion. No stoppages. Yeah. No illegal knockouts.
So LeBron to LA? PG to LA?
Honestly,
I'm a Lakers fan.
Get this LA trend up.
I love that. And
I'm a Knicks fan.
No, I know. I'm just saying I love that for the league.
If you can make a fantasy team like that, it should be LA. The second highest
market team
in the NBA.
I believe
Who's number 1?
Knicks.
I think, because
why?
Right?
New York.
It blows my mind too. I don't understand why.
I'd rather be in Los Angeles than New York. I'm from
LeBron
New York.
I'd rather be
LeBron
in
has
Dallas.
a beautiful house out there.
What? Yeah, then
the no luxury tax.
Yeah.
You can actually make more money if you go to Dallas.
You'd rather be in Dallas?
To play for that organization than the Knicks right now? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the Lakers.
Oh, no.
You gotta think about it. You got Magic Johnson as your GM, which him and LeBron are tight. PG, that's what I think he's from LA, correct? Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball, could be a high draft pick.
They're gonna be.
That'd be everybody from
finals
LA.
contenders.
Where's D'Angelo Russell from?
And then he went to Ohio State.
I don't think he's from there.
No, I know he's not from LA.
And all I know is he played high school ball with
Kentucky.
Wow, he didn't go to Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. All right, last question before we get off air, and this is actually about the podcast. Where do we go from here?
What are you talking about? It's going to be big breaking news. You have the draft. You have guys coming out.
So what do we do next week? When's the draft? June 23rd, I think?
Yeah.
That is next week.
Oh, shit. So next week is our pre-draft episode?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Then the week after, the draft review. Then the week after, we'll find something. We got a GOAT discussion I got to upload soon. We got to have part 2 to that discussion now that it happened.
The free agency, the ceremony award, everything.
Oh, yeah, MVP, 6-man Defensive Player of the Year.
And then next week, you could bring your friend.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let him know.
Who's Suzuki?
Kazuki. Well, with all that being said, guys, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Follow our YouTube channel. We're getting some subscribers. It keeps adding up. Thank you, Jesse.
What are you doing?
We don't talk about that on air.
Okay.
We're trapping out the bando, all right? With all that being said, guys, thank you for listening. You can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes under the name AllOfTheAboveEnt. All the questions we pose today, you give your answers to it down below. Discussions with us, we're more than willing to fight with you guys on
I want to say one more
your opinions. Of course you want to say
that. Anyone willing to argue me about basketball, please come on this podcast. And
are you talking about John?
No, just in general. I just hate when people say I don't know anything about basketball.
Yeah, you're talking about John.
Yeah. And just in general.
Who you talking about, Briscoe?
No. Some other person.
Yeah, one of my friends from high school. He just got tight because the way what KD did and everything, and he was going on a rant and saying,
what is he?
know anything about basketball.
Is he a fan of basketball?
Yeah.
Who's he
I
like?
didn't even know he was a fan.
Who's he like?
Probably LeBron and them. I don't know. He just doesn't like KD.
Oh, see,
and
but
what he did.
that's what I'm
anyway,
saying.
wait.
Okay.
I just want to say, if you ever want to say I don't know
They're not
about
gonna get
basketball,
on the podcast, bro. We
no,
live in
just
the mountains.
Shit, I don't care.
Yeah,
Hop on the podcast and
how
I'll
about you
destroy
debate him on Twitter? What's your Twitter handle?
JESSEMARICANL because I forgot the S when I made my Twitter.
Hey,
Wait, what happened?
I forgot the S on
if he has
on
a
my
problem-
name for the Twitter thing.
What do you mean you forgot the S?
At the name, like you know how at Jesse Morsicano, I forgot the S.
And once again,
Yeah,
if he,
I'll show you.
if he has a problem,
Anyway, hop on the podcast so I can destroy it in order.
or create your own podcast.
You don't even win the fast breaks, bro. You know I'm the king of that shit.
Hey, I lost by one because I forgot about Robin Lopez. Don't bring that up.
And I throw this out there: if he has a problem with it, then make your own podcast.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I mean?
Honestly.
Like I said, I don't
And battle our 5 views, damn it.
LeBron James. That's all we got.
No, we get more.
Okay,
Get more.
but
we get more.
like I'm saying, I'm not a fan of LeBron James, but like I am a fan of LeBron James. I'm wrong, but he's not like my favorite player. I don't defend everything he does. There's things that he does, and the records show themselves that he's not the greatest of all time. That's what I'm saying. You can't, when you go into arguing about sports. I hate getting into Michael Jordan.
It's opinionated, but I
dick
know
suckers.
what I'm talking about.
Like I hate when people get into Michael Jordan. Like, oh, he's 6-0,
never
6-0.
missed a shot.
Oh my god, he never missed a shot. When you got Steve Kerr, John Paxson hitting shots, it's just think of reality. And like I said, there's guys who beat. Bill Russell has 11 championships. If we want to talk about championships, Bill Russell has 11.
You're getting to the GOAT discussion again.
I'm just saying.
If you guys like hearing this, we do have we have one episode already recorded. We gotta do the other episode. And then to kind of finalize the GOAT discussion. It's going to be like a 2.5 hour discussion because that's how deep this thing could go. But with that being said, guys, once again, thank you for listening. All of the above ENT. Follow that everywhere. Thank you.
Take that for data.